Diversity in living world. Biology is a science of a life forms and living process. The living world comprises an amazing diversity of living organisms. Early man could easily perceive the difference between inanimate matter and the living organism. Early man defined some of the inanimate matter, wind, sea, fire, etc., and some of among animals and plants. A common feature of all such forms of animated and animated object was sense of way or a fear that they evoked. The description of living organism including human being began much later in the human history. Society which include in the orthopocentric view of biology could be register limited progress in biological knowledge. Systematic and the monumental description of life forms brought in out of necessary detail systems of identification, nomenclature, and classification. The biggest spin off such studies was recognition of sharing of similar among living organisms both horizontally and the vertically, that all present day living organisms are related to each other and also to all organisms that ever live on the earth was really innovations which humbled man and led to the cultural movement for conservation of biodiversity. In the following chapter of this unit, you will get a description including classification of animal and plant from the taxonomist perspective. Scientist Ernest Mayr, 1904 to 2004, born on the 5 July 1904 in Kempten, Germany. Ernest Mayr, the Harvard University evolutionary biologist who has been called the darwin of the 20th century, was one of the 100 greatest scientists of all time. Mayr joined the Harvard Faculty of Arts and Science in 1953 and retired in 1975, assuming the title of Alexander Excize Professor of Geology Emeritus. Throughout his early 80 years of career, his research spanned ornithology, taxonomy, geography, and evolution, systematic and the history and philosophy of biology. He almost single-handed made the origin of species diversity the central question of the evolutionary biology that is today. He also the narrate the currently accepted definition of a biological species. Mayr was awarded the three prizes widely regarded as a triple crown of biology: Balzan Prize in 1983, an International Prize of Biology in 1994, and the Crafoord Prize in 1999. Mayr died at the age of 100 in the year of 2004. The living world. How wonderful the living world! The wide range of living is amazing, extraordinary habitat in which we find living organisms, be it cold mountain, deciduous forest, ocean, freshwater lakes, desert, or a hot spring, lives as a speechless. The beauty of Galopian hordes of the migrating bird, valley of a flower of attacking shark evoke way of a deep sense of wonder. The ecological conflict and the cooperation among members of population and among the populations of a community or even the molecular traffic inside a cell make us a deeply reflect on what indeed is life. The question has a two impact questioning within it. The first is a technical one and the seeks answer to what the living is a opposite to the non-living, and the second is a philosophical one, that is seek answer to what is the purpose of life. As a scientist, we shall not attempt answer of the second question. We will try to reflect on what is living. What is living? When we try to define a living, we conventionally look for a distinctive character, weighted by living organism. Growth, reproduction, ability to sense of environment, mount a suitable response comes to our mind immediately as a unique features of living organism. One can be added a few more features like metabolism, ability to the self replicate, self organize. More features like metabolism, ability self organize, interact, and the emergence to this list. Let us try to be understand each of these. All living organism grow. Increase in a mass, increase in a number of individual are the twin characteristics of growth. A multicellular organism grow by cell division. In plant, this growth by cell divisions occur continuously throughout their lifespan. In animal, this growth is seen only up to the certain age. However, cell division occur in a certain tissue to uh, replace lost cell. Unicellular organism grow by cell division. One can easily observe this in a vitro culture by simply counting the number of cells under the microscope. In majority of higher animal and the plant, growth and reproductions are mutually exclusive event. One must remember that increase in the body mass is considered as a growth. Non-living object also grow if you take increase in the body mass as a um, criterion for growth. Mountain blunders and sand mounds do grow. However, this kind of growth exhibited by non-living object is by accumulation of material of on cannot be taken as a defining property of living organism. Conditions under which it can be observed in all living organisms have to be explained, and then we understand that it is a characteristic of living system. A dead organism does not grow. Reproduction likewise is a characteristic of all living organisms. In multicellular organism, reproduction refers to the production of progeny and the uh, possessing features more or less similar to those of parents. Invariably and implicitly, we refers to the sexual reproduction. Organisms reproduce by asexual means also. Fungi multiply and spread easily due to the millions of asexual spores they produce. In lower organisms like yeast and hydra, we observe budding. In planaria, flatworm, we observe two regeneration. In a fragmented organism, regeneration, the lost part of the body and become a new organism. The fungi and the filamentous algae, Phrotenema of mosses, all easily multiply by fermentation. When it comes to the unicellular organisms like a bacteria, unicellular algae, or a amoeba, reproduction is synonymous with growth. Increasing in the number of a cell, we have already defined growth as a equivalent to increase in the number or a mass. Hence, we notice that the single celled organism, we are not very clear about the uses of these two terms, growth and reproduction. Further, there are many organisms which do not reproduce, mules, style, worker bee, infertile human couple, etc. Hence, reproduction also cannot be an all-inclusive defining characteristic of living organism. Of course, no non-living object is capable for reproducing or replicate by itself. Another characteristic of life is metabolism. All living organisms are made of a chemical. This chemical cell and the big belonging to the various classes, size, function, etc. are the constantly being made and the changes into some of the other biomolecules. The conservations are the chemical reaction or the metabolic reaction. There are the thousands of metabolic reactions occurring simultaneously inside all the living organisms, be they unicellular or the multicellular. All plants, animals, fungi, or microbes exhibit metabolism. The sum total of all the chemical reactions occurring in our body is called the metabolism. No non-living objects exhibit metabolism. Metabolism reactions can be demonstrated outside the body in a cell-free system. An isolated metabolism reaction outside the body of an organism performed in a test tube is neither living nor a non-living. Hence, while metabolism it is a defining features of all the living organisms without exceptions, isolated metabolism reaction in the vitro are not living things but surely living reaction. Hence, cellular organism of the body is a defining feature of a life form. Perhaps the most obvious and the technical complicated features of all the living organism is the ability to sense their surrounding or environment and respond to this environmental stimuli, which could be physical, chemical, or biological. We sense our environment through our sense organ. Plant respond exhibit factor like light, water, temperature, other organism, pollutant, etc. All organisms from a prokaryotic to the most complex eukaryotic can sense and respond to the environment's photoperiod effect, that is called reproduction in the seasonal breeds both plant and animal. All organisms handle chemical entering their body. All organisms therefore are aware of their surrounding. Human being is the only organism who is aware of himself, has self consciousness. Consciousness has therefore become a defining feature of living organism. When it comes to the human being, it is more difficult to define the living state. We observe a patient lying in the coma in hospital, virtually supported by machine which is replace heart and the lungs. Patient is otherwise a brain dead. The patient has no self consciousness, are a such patient who never come back to the normal life and or a living or non-living. In higher classes, you will come to the properties of a tissue are not present in the constituent cell but arise as a result of interactions among the constituent cell. Similarly, properties of cellular organelles are not present in a molecular constituents of the organelles but arise as a result of interaction among the molecular component comprising the organelles. This interaction results in an emergent property at a higher level of organism. This phenomena is true in the hierarchy of organizational complexity at all levels. Therefore, we can say that organisms are a self-replicating and evolving and self-regulating interactive system capable of responding to external stimuli. Biology is the story of a life on the earth. Biology is the story of evolutions of living organism on earth. All living organism present, past, future and the linked to the another by the sharing the common genetic material but to the very degree. Diversity in living organism. If you look around, you will see the large variety of living organism, be it a potted plant, insect, bird, your pet or other animals and plant. These are also be several organisms that you cannot see with your naked eye, but they are all surrounded by you. If you were to be increase the area that you make uh, observation in, the range and the variety of organism that you see would increase. If you were to visit the dense forest, you would probably see the much greater number and a kind of living organism in it. Each different kind of plants, animal or organisms that you see represent a species. The number of species that are known and described range between 1.7 to 1.8 millions. This refers to the biodiversity or the numbers and this type of organism present on the earth. We should be remembered here that as we explore new era and even old ones, new organisms are continuously being identified. As stated earlier, there are millions of the plants and animals in the world. We know that the plant and animal in our own area by their local name. These local names would vary from place to place, even within the country. Probably you would recognize the confusions that would be created if we did not find way and means to talk to each other to refer the organism we are talking about. Hence, there is a need to standardize the naming of living organism such that the particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. This process is called the nomenclature. Nomenclature or the naming is not a possible when the organism is described correctly and we know that what organism the name is attaches to it. This is called the identification. In other words, to the facilitate the study, number of the scientists have established and the procedure to the assign a scientific name of each known organism. This acceptable to biological all over the world. For plants, scientific names are based on aggregate principles and criteria which are provided in International Code of Botanical Nomenclature (ICBN). You may ask how the animal taxonomies have evolved. International Code of Geological Nomenclature, that is ICZN. The scientific name of ensure that each organism has only one name. Description of any organism should enable the people in any part of the world to arrive at the same name. They also be ensured that such a name has not been used for any other non-organism. Biologists follow universal accepted principle to provide scientific name to no organism. Each name have a two component. The generic name and specific epithet. This system of providing name within the two component is called biological nomenclature. This naming system given by the Carolus Linnaeus is being practiced by biologists all over the world. This naming system using the two word format was found convenient. Let us talk the example of the mango to understand the way of providing scientific naming better. The scientific naming of a mango is written as Mangifera indica. Let us see how it is binomial name. In this name of Mangifera represent the genus of which indica is a particularly species or a specific epithet. Other universal rule of nomenclature are as follows. Biological names are generally in the Latin and written in the italic. They are the Latinized or derived from a Latin irrespective of their origin. The first word in a biological name represent the genus while the second component denote the specific epithet. Both the word in a biological name when the handwritten are separately underlined or printed in italic to indicate their Latin origin. The first verse is not denoted by the genus starting with the capital letter while the specific epithet start with a small letter. It can be illustrated with an example that is called Mangifera indica. Name of the author appears after the specific epithet, the end of the biological name and the written in the abbreviate form. Example Mangifera indica Linn. It indicates that this is a species was first described by the Linnaeus. Since it is nearly impossible to study all the living organisms, it is necessary to devise some means to make this possible. This process of classification is a process by which anything is grouped into the convenient category based on the some easily observed characters. For example, we easily recognize a group of a such plant or an animal or a dog or cat or an insect. The moment we see any of this term, we associate dogs, cat or insect. The moment we use any of this term, we associate certain characters within the organism in the group. What images do you see when you think a dog? Each one of will see the dog and not the cat. Now, if you were to think of Alistians, we know that we are talking about similarly. Suppose we were to say the mammals, you will of course think of animals with external ears and the body of hairs. Likewise, in a plant, if we try to talk of a wheat, the picture in each of our mind will of wheat plant, not of a rice or not of a other plant. Hence, all things dogs, cat, mammals, wheat, rice, plant, animal, etc., are the convenient category we use to study organisms. The scientific terms for this category is taxa. Here, you must recognize that taxa can be indicate categories at very different level. Plants also form a taxa. Wheat is also a taxa. Similarly, mammals, dogs are all taxa. But you know that a dog is a mammal and the mammals are animal. Therefore, animal, mammal, and dog represent taxa at a different level. Hence, based on their characteristic, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. The process of classification is called taxonomy, external and the internal structure, along with a structure of a cell along structure of a cell, development process and ecological information of organism and essential and forms the basic modern taxonomic study. Hence, characteristic identification, classification, nomenclature, taxonomy, nomenclature are the process that are basis of the taxonomy. Taxonomy is not a something new. Human beings have always been interested in know more and more about the various kind of organism, particularly with refers to their own use. In the early days, humans being needed to find sources of their basic need of a food, clothing, and the shelter. Hence, the earlier classification were based on the use of the various organisms. Human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more about different kind of organism and their diversity, but also the relationship among them. The branch of study was refers to the systematic. The word systematic derived from the Latin word systema, which means the systematic arrangement of organism. Linnaeus used the systematic nature as the title of the publication. The scope of the systematic was later enlarged to include the identification, nomenclature, and the classification. Systematic take into the account of evolutionary relationship between the organism. Taxonomic category. Classification is not a single step process but involve hierarchy of a step in which each step represent the rank of category. Since the category is a part of a overall taxonomy arrangement, it is called the taxonomy category, and all the category together consist of the taxonomy hierarchy. Each category refers to the unit of classification, in fact represent the rank and commonly is a term as a taxonomy. Taxonomy category and the hierarchy can be illustrated by the example. Insect represent a group of organisms sharing a common features like three pairs of jointed legs. It means insect and are recognized and the insect are a recognizable concert object which can be classified and thus were given to the rank of category. Can you name other such group of organisms? Remember, the groups represent category. Category further denote rank. Each rank of the taxon, in fact, they represent the unit of classification. This taxonomy group categorize and the distinct biological entities and not merely morphological grades. Taxonomical study of all non-organisms have led to the development of a common category such as a kingdom, phylum, or the divisions of a plant. Class, order, family, genus, and species. All organisms, including those in a plant and animal kingdom, have to specific at the lowest category. Now, the question you ask if how to place an organism in a various category. The basic requirement in a knowledging of characteristic of all the individual or group of organism. This help in identify the similarities and the dissimilarities among the individual of the same kind of organism as well as the other kind of organism species. Taxonomic study considered as a group of individual organism with a fundamental similarities as a species. One should be able to distinguish one species from the other. Closely related species based on the distinct morphological differentiation. Let us consider the Magnifera indica, Solanum, tuberosum, and the potato, and the Pantheria leo lion. All these three names, indica, tuberosium, and the leo, represent the specific epithet, while the first word of Magnifera, Solanum, and the Panthera are the genera and represent the another higher level of the taxon or a category. Each genus may have one or a more than the one specific epithet representing different organism but having a morphological similarities. For example, Panthera has another specific epithet are called the tigris, and the Solanum include the specific like the nigrum and the Melogena. Humans being belonging to the species Sapiens, which is grouped into the genus Homo. The specific name thus as a human being is written as a Homo sapien genus. Genus is a comprises as a group of related species which has a more character in a common in a comparisons to the species of the other genera. We say that the genera are a aggregate of closely related species. For example, potato and the brinjal are the two different species but both belonging to the genus Solanum. Lion, Panthera leo, and the leopard P. pardus, and the tigris with several common features are all species of a genus Panthera. This genus differentiates from another genus Felis, which include the cat family. The next category is called family, has a grouped of a related genera genera with still less number of similarities as compared to the genus and species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and the reproductive features of the plant species. Among a plant, for example, three different genera Solanum, Petuna, Dhatura are placed in a family Solanaceae. Among animal, for example, genus Panthera comprising lion, tiger, leopard is put along with a genera, and the Felis cat is a family of the Felidae. Similarly, if you observe the feature of a cat and the dog, you will find some of the similarities and the some of the differentiation, as well as they are separated into two different families, that is called Felidae and the Canidia respectively. Order. You have seen earlier that the categories like species, genus, and the families are based on the number of similar characters. Generally, order and the other higher taxonomic category are identified based on the aggregate characteristic. Order being is a higher category is the assemblage of families which exhibit a few similar characters. The similar characters are the less in the number as compared to the different genera included in a family. Plant families like the Convoluency, Solanaceae are included in the order of the Polymonials, mainly based on the floral characters. The animals order Carnivora include families like Felidae and the Canidae. Class. This category include related order. For example, order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla, and the gibbon is placed in a class Mammalia along with the order Carnivora that include animal like tiger, cat, and the dog. Class members has a other order also. Phylum. Classes comprising animals like fishes, amphibians, reptile, birds along with mammals constitute the next higher category are called the phylum. All this based on the common features like the presence of the notochord and the dorsal hollow neural system and include in the phylum Chordata. In case of the plant, cases with a few similar characters are assigned to the higher category are called division kingdom. All animals belonging to the various phyla are assigned to the highest category are called kingdom Animalia and the classification system of animal. The kingdom Plantae on the other hand has a distinct and comprises all the plant from the various divisions. Henceforth, we will be refers to these two groups as the animal and the plant kingdom. The taxonomic categories from the species to the kingdom have been in ascending order of the starting with a specific. These are the broad categories. However, taxonomists have also been developed subcategory in the hierarchy to facilitate more sound and a scientific placement of a various taxa. Look at a hierarchy in the figure 1.1. Can you recall the basic of arrangement? Say for example, as we go higher from species to kingdom, the number of common characteristics goes on decreasing. Lower the taxa, more the characteristics that the members within the taxon share. Higher the category, greater in a difficulty of determining the relationship to other taxa at the same level. Hence, the problem of classification become a more complex. Table 1.1 is indicate the taxonomic category which some of the common organisms like housefly, man, mango and the weed belongs. The table given here, the common name, biological name, genus, family, order, class, phylum, division. Common name man, biological name Homo sapien, genus Homo, family Hovinidia, order Primata, class Mammalia, phylum Chordata. Housefly, biological name Musca domestica, genus Musca, family Muscadia or order Diptera, class Insecta, then phylum division Arthropoda. Common name mango, biological name Magnifera indica, genus Magnifera, family Encardiaceae, order Spendales, class Dictolidoni, phylum Angiospermi, weed Trichum aestivium, genus Triticum, family Poaceae, order Poles, class Monocotyledon, then phylum Angiosperm. Taxonomical aids. Taxonomical study of various species of a plant, animal and other organism are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry and in general in knowing our bioresources and their diversity. These studies will be require correct classification and the identification of organism. Identification of an organism require intensive laboratory and the field studies. The collecting of the actual specimens of a plant and animal species is essential and it is the prime source of taxonomic study. There are also the fundamental to study and the essential for training in a systematic. It is used for classification of an organism and the information gathered is also stored along within the specimens. In some cases, specimen is preserved for the future study. Biologists have established certain procedures and the techniques to store and preserve the information as well as the specimens. Some of these are explained to help you understand the uses of the aids. Herbarium. Herbarium is a storehouse of collect plant specimens that are dried and pressed and preserved on a sheet. Further, these sheets are arranged according to universal accepted system of classification. These specimens along with their descriptions on herbarium sheet become a storehouse or a repository for a future use. Herbarium sheets also carry a label providing information about date and a place of a collection, English, local and the botanical names, family, collector's name, etc. Herbaria also serve as a quick referral system in a taxonomy study. Botanical garden. The specialized garden have a collection of living plants for reference. Plant species in these gardens are grown for identification purpose and each plant is labeled in indicating its botanical scientific name and its family. The famous botanical garden are at New Zealand, India, Botanical Garden, Harwa, India, and the National Botanical Research Institute in Lucknow, India Museum. Biological museums are generally set in a educational institute such as in a school and college. Museums have a collected for a preserved plant and animal specimens for study and reference. The specimens are preserved in the containers of a jar is a preservative solution. Plant and animal specimens may also be presented as a dry specimen. Insects are preserved in an insect box. After collecting, killing, and the pinning, larger animals like birds and mammals are actually stuffed and preserved. Museums often have a collection of skeletons of animals too. Zoological park. So these are the places where the wild animals are kept in a protective environment under the human care, and which enable us to learn about their food habitat and behavior. All animals in zoo are provided as far as possible the conditions similar to their natural habitat. Children love visiting this park, commonly called the zoo. Key. Key is another taxonomical aid used for identification of a plant and animal based on the similarities as dissimilarities. These key are based on the contrasting characters, generally in the pair called the couples. It represents the choice made between the two opposite options. This result is acceptance of only the one and the rejection for the other. Each statement is a key is called a lead. Separate taxonomic key are required for each taxonomic category such as a family, genus, species for identifications purpose. Key are generally analytical in nature. Flora, faunals and the monographs and catalogs are some of the other means of recording description. These are help in the correct identification. Flora contains the actual account of habitat and the distribution of a plant of a given area. This provides the index to the plant species found in a particular area. Manuals are useful in providing information for identification of names species found in an area, and the monography contain information on any one taxon. The living world is rich in a variety. Millions of plant and animal have been identified and described, but a large number of species remain unknown. The very range of the organism in the term of a size, color, habitat, physiological and the morphological features make us to seek the defining characteristics of living organism. In the order to be facilitate the study of a kind of diversity of organism, biologists have evolved certain rules of principle for identification of nomenclature and the classification of organism. The branch of knowledge of dealing with this aspect is reflected to the taxonomy. Taxonomic study of various species of a plant and animal are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry, and general for knowing our bioresource and their diversity. The basis of a taxonomy like identification, naming, classification of organism universally evolved under the international code based on the balance and the distinct difference. Each organism is identified and assigned as a correct scientific biological name comprising of two words as per the binomial system of nomenclature. As organism represent occupies a place or position in a systems of classification, there are many categories. Ranks are generally refers to the taxonomic categories or a taxa. All these categories constitute a taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomies have developed a variety of taxonomic aid of facilitating identification, naming, classification of organisms. These studies are carried out from actual specimens which are collectively from the field and preserved as a reference in the form of a herbarium museum and the botanical garden and the zoological park. It is require special techniques for collecting and the preservation of specimens in a herbaria and the museum. Live specimens on the other hand specimens, on the other hand, of a plant and animals are found in a botanical garden in the zoological park. Taxonomists also prepare as and dis prepare and disseminate information through the manuals and the monographs for a further taxonomic study. Taxonomic key are tools that help in identification based on characteristics. Here is the exercise question given: why are living organisms classified? Why are the classification system changes every now and then? What different criteria would you choose to classify people that you meet often? What do you learn from identification of individuals and the populations? Given below is the scientific name of a mango. Identify the correctly written name, that is Mangifera indica or Mangifera indica. आप देख लेना. Define a taxon. Give some example of taxa at a different hierarchical level. Can you identify the correct sequence of taxonomical categories: species, order, phylum, kingdom, genus, species, order, phylum, species, genus, order, phylum. Try to collect all the currently expected meanings of the word species. Discuss with your teachers and the meaning of species in the case of their higher plant and animal on the one hand and the bacteria on the other hand. Define and understand the following term: phylum, class, family, order, genus. How is key helpful in the identification and the classification of an organism? Illustrate the taxonomical hierarchy which is suitable example of a plant and the animal. Chapter completed.